Heard back from the governor yet?
I have not, and I've checked with my fellow commissioners who signed that letter to the governor, and they haven't heard anything either.
Governor Edwards remains silent following fallout from a Fox 8 investigation. Good evening, I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Kim Holden. 2 months after our initial story, the governor's office still won't return our request for comment.
And 3 powerful board members at the center of our series of investigations also remain silent. I'm wondering if you have any comments on the stories that we've done.
Not at this time.
At the quarterly meeting of the State Pilotage Fee Commission. When do you think you may have one at some point?
Nothing right now.
3 controversial board members refused to answer our questions. Noel Casanova, Bruce Mohan, and Danny Kingston sit on the Pilotage Fee Commission. They help set salaries for state river pilots who can make up to $800,000 a year. Governor Edwards appointed all 3 board members to the commission, and for Mohan and Kingston, did so after receiving a recommendation letter from a river pilot group. The 3 board members are supposed to be independent, not tied to the industry or the river pilots. But the letter of support by the pilots calls their independence into question. The businesses that do work on the river, the industry group, sent the governor a letter in June asking him to remove the 3 independent members. The governor never responded and hasn't replied to 2 of our emails asking for comments. Why do you think the governor hasn't responded to you?
I don't know. I don't know if he's been preoccupied with other things. I don't know if he doesn't think that this is a major issue. But I will tell you, it is a major issue, and it calls into question, as you saw today, every decision that's made at this commission.
At today's meeting, the Louisiana Chemical Association asked the 3 independent members to recuse themselves from any votes.
Questions have been raised and concerns have been raised with respect to the independent commissioners. Those questions and concerns have not been resolved to this point, and so I would ask that the independent commissioners not vote on this matter.
The independent members ignored that request and voted.
Commissioner Kingston?
Yes.
Commissioner Mohan?
Yes.
And Commissioner Casanova?
Yes.
Is every vote that the independents make potentially going to be called into question by industry?
Well, not just by industry. I think any vote that they make, if it goes in your favor, then you're probably not going to say anything. But if it goes against you, I think it's going to be called into question.
From an integrity standpoint.
Another industry representative on the fee commission wants the potential conflict cleared up. He asked the board's attorney to investigate.
My concerns are with the integrity of this body. I want to make sure that any decision that's made is going to be sound in its determination. It's a rate-making body. It'll be important going forward.
Sources with ties to the board tell us they feel the commission has been compromised, and the 3 independent members often, if not always, side with the river pilots. It's why they say the governor needs to ask these board members to step down and start over. I'm wondering if you have any comments on the stories that we've done.
Not at this time.
The Pilotage Fee Commission meets again in November. We have much more in the Pilotage Fee Commission and the 3 at-large representatives online, fighting our investigations on fox8live.com and our news app.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. The United States of America Constitution family, which is still in full force and effect. The last time I checked, and that was approximately 15 minutes ago before coming into the studio. It's still in full force and effect. What does that mean? That means we still have a democratic form of government elected by and for the people. We still have a flag, and we the people still have the authority to pick and choose individuals who we want to serve or to conduct our affair. That's what this means, amongst other things. The United States of America Constitution. And again, for those of you who tend to forget, or for those of you that living in some other territory here within the confine of the United States, without the Constitution to the United States, my brothers and sisters, my friends and enemy, my critics, the territory to which you so reside or fall a part of would not have or could not have its own constitution. Did you copy that? 10-4, my brother. All government of right originates with the people, is founded on their will alone, and is instituted to protect the rights of the individual and for the good of the whole. Its only legitimate ends are to secure justice. Its only legitimate ends are to secure justice for all, preserve peace, promote happiness, protect the rights and general welfare of the masses. Now, the first prerequisite that was outlined for in establishing the origin and purpose of government is so that to make it legit is to secure justice for all. Now, the underlying word is justice. Now, where there is no justice, there can be no peace. And listen to my brothers and sisters, and more so for you activists out there. This is not just a rallying call or a chanting call. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No. These words do have significant meaning and importance. Where there is no justice, there can be no peace. Personally speaking, when the people who we put into public office are the very same ones who are turning around and reigning tyranny on my life, personally, your brother Anthony Brown's life, for them, there will be no peace. I don't care who the guy is or who the girl is or what title they bestowed upon themselves or society bestowed upon them. More so when they form a part of what we know as the government. Where there is no justice in the law is null and void. What good is the law without justice? The first prerequisite is to do what? Secure justice for all. Where there is no justice, there can be no peace. No peace. When you have certain individuals who think or who go about exercising the authority or the will of the people, and in so doing circumvent their authority to the point where they are now reigning tyranny, to the point where they are now stealing, robbing, lying, misleading the people, to the point where it is affecting me directly, I don't care which part or which branch of government you fall under. I'm coming after your black ass or your white ass or whatever color ass you got. Because overstand this concept, you goddamn politicians. I recognize, I know, I understand that your position is one of a servitude position, even though you might aspire to higher heights, or even though you may think that you are above the law, or even though you may think that you are in place of authority. No, this black man know my authority and position when it comes to you, the elected official. Where there is no justice,
on the conventional wisdom that this victory just couldn't happen. And yet, thanks to all of you, here we are. It did happen. I love our great state and its wonderful people. I am especially grateful tonight to my beautiful wife of 26 years, my partner, Donna. Yes, she's a public school teacher, and she's the last person I talk to every night. I want to thank our children as well. Samantha Bell, Sarah Ellen, and John Miller. For over 2 years, they didn't see much of their papa. And I have missed them tremendously, but they are the best children that I could have ever hoped for. And I love them very much, and I want to tell them that I appreciate them for everything that they've done. They've sacrificed like you wouldn't believe. But they knew that tonight was possible. I want to tell you also that I want to thank my family. I'm standing next to my mother, right here, a charity hospital nurse. A charity hospital nurse who taught all of her children compassion for our fellow human beings. And I love you, Mama, very much. And tonight, I can't help but think about my daddy. My papa, who I lost in April of last year, a great man, a great public servant, who, along with my mother, raised 8 children.
In honor of what they are calling Black History Month, in honor of what they are calling Black History Month, and that's we celebrate not only this month, but we celebrate history, black or otherwise, every single day of the year. But as I tell you guys before, there's a book that I have in my library, Black First, written by Jessica Smith. Okay, and what this book does, it actually outlines black people throughout the century who have, in different fields of life, social, spiritual, religious, political, tend to make milestone in these fields. And in light of this month, so-called Black History Month, let's make reference to a couple of these people. Now, 1861, Nicholas Biddle was the first black wounded in the Civil War. Listen to what I'm saying carefully. The first black to be wounded in the Civil War in 1861. 65 years of age. former slave shed blood from an injury while he accompanied the first Pennsylvania troop through Baltimore. So understand the premise, overstand the premise. Here we're talking about the Civil War back in the 1800s. Here is a elderly statesman, a black man, in his 60s, 65. His blood, according to history, was the first black blood that was shed during that time. What's his name? Nicholas Biddle. 1865, the first black Confederate troops were mustered into service for the Southern cause on March 13, 1865. Confederate President Jefferson Davis signed a bill authorizing the employment of blacks as soldiers, culminating a long period of dispute in the South. General Robert E. Lee recommended the enlistment as not only expedite but necessary. Necessary? No, they needed black people to fight the war. The courthouse on April 9, 1865, and remained Confederate force soon follow his example. Again, the title of this book, family, is Black First. The author is Jesse C. Smith. You guys can check it out. That's just one of the books we have in our library, okay? We here on The Proven Truth, we are black conscious, not black ignorant. We are black conscious, not black ignorant. Hence, we honor, hence we promote, hence we speak about, hence we keep the names of our ancestors alive. We know that we are here because of heroes, of people with good moral standing that came before us. People with guts, people with a will to fight, people who understand the concept of equal rights and justice, people who understand the concept that the pigmentations of one's skin doesn't make him less of a person. And we honor and recognize these people for the mere fact that these people didn't sit on the backside, keep their mouth shut, fold their arms, and they could have done that. They really could. And a matter of fact, to do that during that time was to preserve life. But here it is. And that's why, my brothers and sisters, we will continue with every ounce of breath in our body to speak about and to mention our ancestors, these heroes that came before us. These heroes knew that to take action in a time to which they take action was basically to sign their death warrant. But did they run away? Did they keep silent? Did they take a bribe? No. They went out there and they took action. We make mention of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Now, you know, it's amazing. A lot of people really don't know about Marcus Mosiah Garvey, right? I don't only speak of, look, I speak of Marcus Mosiah Garvey with pride and with humbleness and with respect and with dignity. When I call the name Marcus Mosiah Garvey, it's like I'm speaking about a bloodline relative. This ancestor right here away from all, putting aside his great accomplishments. This ancestor right here is an ancestor from the birth land. We share the same birth land. And I'm proud of that. I ain't gonna lie, you know, to know that, no, he's not the first, but understand the premise. There is no other individual who mobilize or command so much respect all over the globe, not just here in North America, or within the Caribbean, or within Latin or South America. No, all over the globe. Here is this little 5'6", stubby, black Jamaican born boy. Right? Left Jamaica. Come to the shores of America. Land on the East Coast in New York. Right? However, but before he came here, throughout his travel, he recognized that it doesn't matter where you are, in Jamaica, in the Caribbean, in Europe, here in America, there was the plight of the black man, the black woman, was tantamount to the same. And his philosophy was, where is the black man king? Where is the black man queen? Where is the black man homeland? Because as black people, we don't identify with a certain landmass, being it Africa, like how the Chinese, like how every other ethnic race identify with a certain landmass. We as black people don't. That was, according to Marcus Garvey, that was one of our biggest downfall, not recognizing that it doesn't matter where you find yourself. It doesn't matter. We are all one people, one race. And today, we are still finding that to be true with these so-called leaders of today. Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Nanny from the Maroon, Paul Bogle, Fred Hamilton, Maurice Bishop, Malcolm X. Now, look, family. Again, these ancestors right here, these people that we are making reference of, that's our list. That's our list. Okay? That's our list. You can go out and create your own goddamn list, and you can call us, and you can share your list with us, and you can tell us why the people who you are making reference to are so important in your life, or what these people did for the black masses, or what these people did for human rights, period. Because understand this concept. Even though these heroes are these people that I'm making mention of, even though their battle cry, even though the premise on which their names are written in history is that of liberty for the black masses, a lot of these ancestors were to the point where they recognized that the fight or the issue is not only about the pigmentation of your skin, but is one of being human, is one of human rights. It's one of a human rights. Because when they compare themselves to other people, again, doesn't matter the pigmentation, whether you're white, you're brown, you're whatever, they recognize that at the end of the day, just like how the white man, the pig man, the Indian man, whatever, need food, need sustenance, we the black people need that too. Just like how them need clothes, we need clothing too. Just like how they need shelter, we need shelter too. Just like how they need resource, you see, they need a social gathering, a social group. We need that too. And a lot of them recognize, and it's from that very fundamental basis that a lot of these ancestors' names have been written in stone in history. Carter G. Wilson, Harriet Tubman, Thomas Sankara, Somoral Markel, Bookman Duty, Toussaint Louverture, Jack Desalegn. Now, look, let me not front. Let me share something with your family. While I was growing up as a kid, a lot of these ancestors I wasn't knowledgeable about, or I wasn't taught about, right? We didn't know the significance of a lot of these people. We didn't, and we should have. But it wasn't taught to us. It wasn't until my adolescent age and I start to look at life for what life is, and I actually recognize that there is something as a social barrier, as a racial barrier, as a financial barrier, and whatever other barriers that there is. And I start to look at history, then I recognize a lot of these people for who they were and what they did. So what am I saying? It is imperative on us to keep the education going from generation to generation. It's imperative. And when we speak about history, not from a bias standpoint, not from a bias standpoint. Look, I spent 7 years in the military, my brothers and sisters. I spent 7 years in the armed forces. And there's one thing that they teach us. For you to defeat your enemy, you must know your enemy. You must know your enemy. You must know your enemy's strength and weakness. You must know that. Okay? You cannot have a mindset that, look, let me speak on this issue, but from a one-sided point of view. You have to look at the whole entire issue, otherwise you won't be balanced, or you'll be losing something. You see what I'm talking about? You cannot talk about slavery, or just talk about black people as being slaves, and you don't talk about the slave owners or the oppressors. You can't talk about the oppressor and don't talk about the slavery. You have to balance the equation. You have to look at it from the point of view of all the players. Why was there slavery? Why was there a period of slavery that we refer to as slavery? Why? Who did it benefit? Who did slavery benefit? Who was the driving force behind slavery? You know, you have to look at the broader picture. Yes, when you talk about slavery, talk about it from the standpoint that, look, here it is, our ancestors through exploitation and through all manner of evil they was exploited and taken advantage of to the point where they created wealth for a certain group of people, and that wealth continues to pass down through generation. And because our ancestors didn't, a matter of fact, wasn't even looked upon as human being, was looked upon as property, there was no way for us to transcend wealth down to this generation. So there's an argument to be made. There's an argument to be made that, look, yes, some of this wealth that's going around there, we are entitled. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even use the word entitled too. We are owed. Entitlement is a whole total different thing. Whole total different thing. But again, brothers and sisters, we're talking about, look, in honor of what they are calling Black History Month, February, you know, we don't have the time on this program to talk about or to outline to you all of our heroes or all the people who we honor and recognize. You know, so we don't only recognize people who the establishment want us to recognize. No. You don't tell us who to idolize, who to praise. You don't do that. Well, you can do it because you have the will or the power to do it or the authority to do it, but no. Gone were the days where we fold your arm and we sing Kumbaya and jump and dance to your tune. You know, we don't do that. Or at least not all of us. Why should we celebrate a Martin Luther King? No, look, we ain't taking nothing from the brother. We ain't taking nothing from Martin Luther King. All his accolades that they are bestowing upon him, he deserved it. And rightfully so. He have contributed significantly to the cause or to the fight. To the point where, because he started to turn in his thinking and his ideology, they assassinate his ass. They murder him. And as usual, they send a scapegoat, or they put somebody out there to cover up their dark and dirty action of assassinating, murdering Martin Luther King. But why do you think they are putting his name out there on the pedestal to the point where they are giving him a Martin Luther, or they authorize it, or they approve it for us to have a national holiday, Martin Luther King Day, and not a Malcolm X Day? Huh? Why Malcolm X don't deserve a national holiday? Why? I'm asking a question, man. This is the thought process. You see, family, look, I'm kind of straying from the topic of the day now, but look, listen to this. Listen to the hypocrisy. And this is what your brother, look, I don't care who the guy is or who the girl is. I don't give a rat's ass when it comes to equal rights and justice, when it comes to common sense, when it comes to history. Whatever America wants, whatever America achieve, how does America achieve what it wants? Either socially, politically, financially, or even spiritually. How did America come to achieve this land right here? How did America come to achieve its... No, put the land to the side. How did America come to achieve its freedom? Tell me that. Tell me that while we listen to this goddamn clown. Look, think about that for a second. While we listen to this goddamn clown, this criminal John Bell Edwards. Tell me, think about that.
A wonderful, wonderful man who loved this hotel where we are right now, and whose daddy came here in 1927 when he ran for sheriff and won. He spent the night here and woke up the next day to read the Times-Picayune to make sure that he had actually won the race. Mom, I love you very much. And my brothers and my sister. Don't feel sorry for my sister. There was one girl, 7 boys, but she was the oldest and she's plenty mean. Okay. But my brothers and my sister, Alice, I'm joking. My brothers and my sister worked so incredibly hard as a team. They volunteered. They did things I never knew that they did. They traveled the state delivering signs, putting up signs, moving material, talking to voters. I could not have had a more supportive family, both my wife and my kids, but also my brothers, my sister, and my mother. And I will tell you, nothing they did and nothing you did was more important than the prayers that you offered up, not just for me and Donna, but for the great state of Louisiana and for our people. And so thank you so much for the prayers.
Politicians. Man, look, politicians, man. You know what amazes me about politicians? And for those of you who are tuning to the program, you know what I mean, I've been tuned to this program for quite some time now. You know our definition when it comes on to politicians, right? Like this guy right here, John Bell Edwards, right? Politicians are people who every 2, 4, 10 years respectively, right? They come out and they politically, they speak politically correct, or they talk to the audience in such a way that they know that the audience will connect with them. They say things that people will gravitate to or people like, right? They don't show the true intent or the true character, the true personality. They look for talking points so that they can be elected to a certain office. So once they get to that office, they can stab you in the back, they can totally disregard the rule of law, and they can then form within whatever branch it is their own little clique and do what is they want to do. That's politician. These people don't have a clue about what it is to work on behalf of the masses. These people don't have a clue. And they go there and they utilize these privileges for self-gratification, for self-upliftment, to either promote themselves politically, financially, spiritually, or socially. That is what they use these public office for. That's it. That's a politician. They make these grand speeches. And after these grand speeches, to hell with the people who put them in office. Follow what I'm saying? Okay? Follow what I'm saying. Now, this speech right here from this guy, John Bell Edwards, is victory speech when he was first elected as the governor. His victory speech. Right? Now, what did he do when he went into office? Look, we ain't going to talk about that. I asked you a question before. I need somebody to answer. Now, for those of you who want to participate in the show, you can call us here at 504-303-8922. That's 504-303-8922. Again, you are listening to The Proven Truth. You are listening to The Proven Truth with your brother and host, Anthony Brown. You can also listen to us on the web by going to www.radiogumbocreole.net. That's www.radiogumbocreole.net. We live stream this and every show on the Facebook. We live stream this and every show on the Facebook family. You can check us out on the Facebook by going to Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. You can also check us out on the YouTube. You can also check us out on the YouTube by going to The Proven Truth, with Anthony Brown. While you're there, you can subscribe to us, you can like us, you can give us a thumbs up, you can leave a question, pose a comment, whatever. You can do that on any of these platforms. These platforms, it's your prerogative or you want to interact with us. Okay? Now, let's go back to the question that we posed before we went and listened to this criminal that called himself the governor of Louisiana, John Bell Edwards. How did America get its freedom? How did America get its freedom? Did America get its freedom by going to King George and praying? No. Did America get its freedom by praying to God and singing and dancing and wishing that freedom will come one day or they will be delivered? Did America get its freedom by allowing the authority that be to beat them, to shoot them, to set animals on them, to spray them with water hose, to physically take advantage of them? Did America get its freedom like that? Was that how America got its freedom? Huh? Hell no. Hell no. That was how America got its freedom. Huh? How America got all this land that it have right now. Huh? All this land that forms a part of this union. How did America get all this land? Both in the south and the west coast up now. How did we acquire this land? Huh? Well, away from tricking them guys up in Manhattan, you know. How did we acquire this land? The United States acquire a lot of its property or its land. Well, away from, again, places like Louisiana and a part of New York, and, the Louisiana Purchase, where they actually went and, you know what I mean? But for the most part, it's through force. America got its freedom through force, through picking up arms and fighting the British. Through force. America recognized that when you truly want liberation, when you truly want freedom, when you truly want to be independent, nobody ain't gonna give you that shit. America recognized that. And when America needed that, America went and fought for it. America went and fought to the bitter end. America bear arms. That's how America gets its freedom. To the point where America could come and we could form or establish our own government, to the point where they could establish a declaration of independence. No! They didn't sit down. Huh? What do you think the purpose of the Civil War was? No aspect, when you check the history of the United States of America, whatever America truly desire or need, it go after it, and it go after it aggressively. People lose life. People died. Blood shed. The shedding of blood is a key component of American history. It don't matter the platform. The key component, the shedding of blood, is a key component to the achievement for America to achieve whatever it is that America wants. Right? Now, when it comes on to black people and the movement and the cry for equal rights and justice, America wants you to sit on your backside, you to hold arms, you to sing, you to act non-violent, and pray to God that whatever it is that you so desire, one day your oppressor will give it to you. It's a goddamn joke. It's a joke. And that's the reason why, my brothers and sisters, they allow you to have a Martin Luther King Day. Why? Because generation upon generation will then tend to look back and they will see and hear of Martin Luther King and Martin Luther King predominant speech or dominant speech, I have a dream. Right? They will look and they will see Montgomery, Alabama. They will see, kids will see the fact that, or the concept or the philosophy of Martin Luther King in his initial approach to civil rights and the civil rights movement, that it was one of non-violence. The underlying premise, what they want generation upon generation to gravitate to, is the concept of non-violence. Non-violence. Now again, here we are living in a territory that achieved its freedom through the shedding of blood. But they achieved their freedom through the shedding of blood, and they revolted because of the tyranny that was being reigned upon them. They revolted because of unjust taxation. Listen to this carefully. Stories coming to bump, as my grandmama would say. They revolted because unjust taxation, unjust taxes. Look, let's go to the, let's real quick go to the line, let's go to the Declaration of Independence real quick. And let's read the first, let's read the first three. For those of you who haven't seen a copy of the Declaration of Independence. And what the Declaration of Independence is, family, is the people of this territory during that time outline in a written document to their oppressors the reason that they want to be governed or ruled by the oppressors no more. So here it is, they are saying, look, man, you're no goddamn good. You're a criminal. You are taxing us and you taxes. You are utilizing, you are transporting your authority upon us. You don't give us a platform on which we can speak. You don't want to hear our viewpoints. You want to bully us. You want to deny us equal rights and justice. We want that from you no more, Mr. Oppressor. And this was what they said. This is a few of the complaints. For imposing taxes, somebody called John Bell Edwards, somebody called Errol Criminal G. Williams, somebody called nonchalant, lackadaisical Lataya Cantrell, somebody called Cindy Wynn, and our friend, what's her friend name again? Kristen Palmer. Tell them to listen to this crap. For imposing taxes on us without our consent. No, oh my God. No. Family. The history of America teaches us. The history of America teaches us. The founding fathers of America, the people who initiated the war, the people who started this revolution, the people who fought and died so that we can have a United States of America. They lay a platform upon which every other generation can follow. Listen to the words of the founding fathers to their oppressors, that sole authority who was governing this territory at that time. The very first complaint that they outlined, the very first complaint that was levied, listen to it, for imposing, that word imposing mean to apply, mean to ask, mean to take. Mean to force. That word imposing. Mean it's not right, it's not yours. For imposing taxes on us without our consent. And because the authority at the time did that, the people of this territory pick up arms and went to fight, shed blood. So listen to me. I'm in my rights. I'm in my rights as an individual. I'm in my rights as a human being. I'm in my rights as an American to fight. When the same situation that the founding fathers found themselves in throughout the 1700s, I'm now finding myself in, and a lot more people are now finding themselves in, here in the 21st century, 2019. All we have to do then is to pick up a copy of the United States Declaration of Independence and read it. And our remedy is right there. Our remedy is right there. For imposing taxes on us without our consent. Who the hell tell that criminal, Errol G. Williams, imposter, no good Errol G. Williams, that he can impose a tax on my private property? Who tell that criminal that he can put my private property on his commercial and his avalarium tax roll? Who tell that nonchalant, lackadaisical, want to befriend Lataya Cantrell that she can authorize a company like Acorn Information System LLC doing business here as civicsource.com to tax my piece of property or to sell my piece of property on their commercial platform? Huh? That was the first complaint. Here's the second one. Here's the second one. For depriving us, in many cases, of the benefits of trial by jury. Listen, look, family, it is like I'm reading, it's like, it is like these people had a foresight into the future. The founding fathers of the United States, in writing the Declaration of Independence, it was like they was writing, or they had a foresight into the future. Just listen to these complaints. These complaints that they had are the same complaints that we have right here today, and we are arguing or we are fighting about. For depriving us, in many cases, of the benefits of trial by jury. Look, in the Orleans Parish Civil Court, there's many people there calling themselves judges. There's many individuals there calling themselves what? Judges, okay? We have this one individual by the name of hold up, family, hold up. This is not the right one. Let's go to this one. Let's go. No, that's not the right one either. Let's go back to our handy dandy stack of information right here, and let's pull this document, which is the first document. As a matter of fact, the first document and the second. Let's put this first document out. In the Orleans Parish Civil Court, we got many people, individuals calling themselves judges. Not only man, look, not only the fact that they are calling themselves judges, but they are calling themselves honorable. Oh my God, it's crazy, man. Yeah. They're giving themselves that title, honorable. Look, you know, when we use that word or that title, we use it in a meaningful way. Eh? The honorable. Look, man, this is too funny, man. This is crazy. So, in the Civil District Court for the Parish of Orleans, State of Louisiana, Division N, right? Division N, right? Division N, right? We have one Honorable Etlin Sims Julian, calling herself a judge, right? We have one honorable. There's nothing honorable about her family. There's nothing honorable about this woman. There's nothing honorable about this so-called black woman too. Nothing honorable about her. We have this Etlin Sims Julian, Civil District Court, Orleans Parish, Division N, who when we outline to her, or when we file our complaint, in court, she was the one who this case was assigned to. Now, for those of you, let me tell you right now, it's so funny. We recognize, or we were so informed that because we speak about political corruption here on this program, and because we call people out by the name, and because we expose certain things, and because we talk what's on our mind, right? The powers that be, are these people, are trying to degrade our name out there in the public realm. And this is what they are doing. Let me tell you, look, I'm testifying here because I see it for myself, but what these people don't recognize, what the John Bell Edwards and the Cedric Richmond and the Errol G. Williams and the Latoya Cantrell and the Cindy Wynn and the Bernadette Johnson and all of these politicians here in Louisiana don't recognize, or don't seem to recognize, that I don't give one red ass about them and what they are trying to do, because I know that what I'm doing is just and it's right. I know whenever I speak about any issue, I don't speak about the issue because I don't have nothing to goddamn do, or because I have a platform in which I can speak. I speak about the issue because these people are not conducting themselves in such a way that would be professional, that would be you would tend to think that they would be honoring the oath of office or the rule of law. They are not. And because they are not operating like that, and because I recognize my power and authority as one of the bosses, one of the electorate here in the territory of Louisiana, and not only that, because I don't have my palms turned upwards and outwards to them. My palms ain't turned upward and outward to them, because I don't have their numbers and speed dial, because I'm not looking no friend from them, because I don't want to take picture with them. I speak, and I speak the truth, and I call it for what it is. So because of that, they are doing what you call political research, right? They are trying to put defamatory information or or information that they think because they are so stupid and ridiculous that they think would cause me shame or embarrassment, right? They are putting that information out there. They are putting information that I file in court to try to use it against me. These people silly. Now, what happened is we bring a suit in civil district court. Family, let me take a sip of this H2O while I listen to this clown for a second.
You know, it takes a lot of people to do the footwork that a campaign like this requires. Calling people, telling our story, to those who contributed money to what a campaign like this costs, and it does cost a lot of money. But most of all, for those people who voted for us, God bless you. I am eternally grateful. I am humble. Thank you so very much for the confidence that you've shown in me. I will not let you down. I want to thank the hundreds of committed volunteers all over the state of Louisiana. And I want to tell you, I have the best campaign staff that has ever worked in the state of Louisiana. And it was the smallest campaign staff that has ever worked in the history of the state of Louisiana. And they will tell you it's the most underpaid staff that's ever worked in the history of the great state of Louisiana. I want to thank Linda Day, my campaign manager right here. She did a wonderful job. Okay. This is the guy who says he will never let you down. Listen to this.
Have you heard back from the governor yet?
I've not. And I've checked with my fellow commissioners who signed that letter to the governor, and they haven't heard anything either.
Governor Edwards remains silent following fallout from a Fox 8 investigation. Good.
Criminal Edwards still silent. Man, look, I'm having too much fun with this, man. I'm having too much fun. Well, let's go back. So, look, for those of you who just joined us, you are listening to The Proven Truth. You are listening to The Proven Truth with your brother and host, Anthony Brown. Coming to you live from the studios of Radio Gumbo Creole in the beautiful territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. Again, you can check us out on the web by going to www.radiogombocreole, that's RADIOGOMBOCREOL.net. That's RadioGumboCreole.net. You can also download that free app. There's a free app out there. You can download on your iDroid or your iPad, whatever. It's TuneIn, TuneIn, TuneIn. You can listen to us all over the globe by downloading that free app and go to Radio Gumbo Creole, and you can check us out, you know, whenever you choose to do so. You can check us out. We are looking at the itemized complaint that the founding fathers of this country levied against their oppressor, right? And we are saying that based on the itemized or the itemized complaint is as if the founding fathers had a foresight at the time into the future. Because their complaint or the complaint that they had is the same complaint that we are having here today. And we outline, we are comparing. The very first complaint that they outline right? Well, let me take that back. For cutting off trade with all parts of the world. That was the first one. Right? For cutting off trade with all parts of the world. But the first one that I liked it, the first one, well, it's actually the second one as it is laid out in that document. For imposing taxes on us without our consent. And we are saying here today, it's the same situation we are facing. These people, these politicians, look, we are saying that the founding fathers of this country outlined in the document, in the Declaration of Independence, that look, you are imposing on us taxes that we didn't consent to. How the hell can you do that? You got a goddamn right to do that. Tax us because you have a will or because of your circular fallacy? What is the difference with this document dated back in the 1700s and what we are going through today in the 21st century? They also levied a complaint for depriving us, in many cases, the benefit of trial by jury. Man, it's like these guys had a crystal ball, and they was looking in the crystal ball, and they said, "God damn! In 2019, in the 2000s, these are gonna be the cry of the people of Louisiana. So let's outline them in this document." It's the same goddamn, it's the same issue, my family. We file a complaint. So back in the days, these guys had issues, right? These guys had issues. These guys had complaints. And only King George, because he was the Alpha and the Omega, because he was the man, you could only take that complaint to him. And he's the one, his ruling is final. No jury, no peasant, no, you know, the vast majority of the community could not listen to the complaint and could not make a ruling. Here it is, we went and we filed our complaint in this kangaroo court, in this mockery of a court, what they call in a court. We went Civil District Court, Parish of Orleans, to Division N, to this to this person who is calling herself honorable. Oh my God, it's crazy, man. Oh, the Honorable Ethelyn Sims Jr. Nothing honorable about her so-called black ass. Here it is. We filed our complaint outlining to her the criminal conduct or the criminal activity of members of the executive branch, right? Members of the executive branch at the time was led by that no good, want to be, whatever you want to call him, Mitch J. Landro, right? And that imposter criminal Errol G. Williams, so-called tax assessor. And this civil entity, Acorn Information System LLC, doing business as civicsource.com. We filed our complaint. And we took our complaint, and in filing our complaint, we outlined, not only that we outlined, but we give our hard-earned money. Yes, these fiat currency, these United States dollars. We give them our hard-earned United States dollars, and we say, look, because we know what time of day it is. Look, we ain't ignorant, family. We ain't perceived to be ignorant neither. We ain't ignorant, and we ain't perceived to be ignorant. And we are not fooling ourselves to what is. We are fully aware of what is. And we don't believe. As a matter of fact, take the word believe. We know that no so-called judge independently have the authority to render ruling in no goddamn case without a jury. So we give them that money, and we ask, we demand that we have a jury trial. Follow me carefully now. In filing this, we demand that we wanted a jury trial. Now again, what did the founding fathers, what was one of the founding fathers' complaint? Why they went and shed blood? Why they went and bear arms? Why they had the Revolutionary War? Let me read it again for those of you who just joined us. For depriving us, in many cases, the benefits of a jury trial. We're talking about the goddamn 1700s, family. The founding fathers saw it necessary to spill blood, to bear arms, to disassociate themselves with the powers that be, to come from underneath the umbrella of tyranny. Because when they had issues, when they had concerns, they were deprived from having a jury sit and listen to the complaint and render a verdict. So they fought. They shed blood. They bear arms. That's our precedence. Here it is. We filed our case outlining to the so-called Honorable Judge Julian Sims Etlin, so-called black female, taking taxpayers' money. We say, look, we demand, we want a jury. We outline, we say, look, here it is. You got people living here in New Orleans, Louisiana, who are losing property, work for years, and acquire a piece of land, pay off the mortgage, raise our families. And we have this company coming here, Acorn Information System LLC, doing business as civicsource.com, but being facilitated by these corrupted criminals, these politicians here in Louisiana, Mitch J. Landro, Errol G. Williams, Lataya Cantrell, all the members of the New Orleans City Council, all of them, not one of them excluded. Huh? And we want a remedy. We want this to stop. You know what that criminal tell us? Let me show you what that criminal did. She denied us. No, again. Why did we have the Revolutionary War? What was one of the complaints? Huh? For imposing taxes on us without our consent. King George was taxing the people of this territory because he had a will, or because he claimed to have the authority. That no good criminal imposter Harold G. Williams told me the same thing. He informed me that he can tax any piece of property here in the territory of New Orleans. I said, how the hell you have that authority? He just do because of his circular fallacy. So this so-called black female, this so-called judge, this so-called honorable person, tell us, look, no, I'm going to rule in this case. You ain't getting no goddamn jury. You ain't getting no jury. I'm going to rule. No, hold up, Miss Judge. Hold up, honorable person. You're going to render a ruling because you claim to have the authority to render a ruling in a situation where you need a jury to be seated to decide whether or not you need fact check. You know something? Family, listen to this, man. Let me tell you guys something, because one of the things that we recognize for quite some time now is that we are facing a level of ignorance out there in society. We are facing a level of ignorance. It's just ridiculous the amount of ignorance we face when we talk to people about any given issue, or when it come on to certain issue, when it come on to certain political issue or certain governmental issue. It's ridiculous the level of ignorance that is out there. It's ridiculous the level of misinformation that's out there. And it is ridiculous to listen to the people who form that branch of government, the judicial branch, speak about what they call law. It's way past ridiculous. It's sad. It's sad. These people either dumb, stupid, or buffoons, are just downright corrupt. Downright corrupt. And that's the reason why, family, look, we care less, man. We don't keep. That's the reason why they try to tarnish our name, or they try to make us look small out there in the public. You know, or that's the reason why they don't want to give us certain platform upon which we can speak to the masses. They can't afford that, because what we're gonna bring to the table is common sense. Now, for all of you smart allies out there, for all of you critics, or for all of you who drink that Kool-Aid and think that whatever is said by these politicians are gospel. You know, and man, it's sad, my brothers and sisters, to think that people don't think for themselves, you know. I inform this person that's calling her, and look, she's not the first one. She's not. Look, again, I'm testifying here. She's not the first one who I outlined this to. These people that sit on these benches and call themselves judges in Arlene Parish District Court think that they are God Almighty, or think that they can do whatever it is that they choose to do, or they can pick and choose which case go to trial, or they can tell you what the law is. They can't. Look, you know what a judge is? You know what the duty, away from the fact that since the 1700s there haven't been, look, the people who we are addressing or we are calling judges ain't no judge. It's a facade. It's a facade. You are calling them judge, and they are going after the title as judges. They're really not judges, according to the United States Supreme Court. The United States Supreme Court outlined that in many different cases. For them to be a judge, for these criminals to be a judge, they're criminals, man, to be judges, they have to be following the Constitution to the letter of the T, to the letter of the law. For them to be judges, for them to have that title, for them to truly have that title, and that title is to be honored, or to be utilized, or to be as it was actually meant to, they would have to be operating according to the Constitution of the United States. When you go inside these courts, these kangaroo courts, my brothers and sisters, they don't talk about the Constitution. They can't. What they tell you about is some revived statute, or some penal codes, or some other administrative authority. The United States courts refer to them as as executive administrators. And again, for those of you who are a part of the Bar Association, you know how to find that, you know what I'm talking about. Now look, we ain't preaching law here. That's not what we are doing. We ain't preaching or practicing nothing. We are speaking truth to power. We are speaking what is. We are speaking about what is. For these people who are calling themselves judges, they are not. They are executive administrators. They are basically following, or they are basically making ruling on certain from an administrative level. They are not following, or they are not applying the law as the Constitution outlines it. They come to you, they tell you about the revived statute administratively, the penal code administrative document. The law, we the people have the power, have the power to judge the law and the facts in any given case. And we keep that. Nobody can tell us, but no, you go inside these courts and they tell you, oh, the judge gonna outline. Here it is. The judge or this person calling themselves judge going to tell the jury what the law is. What? Your job is merely as a referee. That's what your job is, referee. You're supposed to say, okay, that's enough. Time out, give this guy some time to talk. Okay, you talk enough, your time to talk. Okay, let's take a break. Okay, let's come. That's your job. That's your job. Okay, Mr. Prosecutor. Prosecutor asks a question. Look, can you take a break? No, not as yet. Sit your ass down. Continue. The defense asks a question. Are they, your job is merely as a referee inside these kangaroo courts. Who have the power inside here? Now, for those of you who think your brother is don't have a clue to what I'm talking about, because I'm not a part of their their clubs. I'm not a part of their private club, the private organization they call the Bar Association. I'm not. I don't want to be. When I was younger, I wanted to be, because I wasn't fully knowledgeable about the corruption of the system, right? But don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Let's take somebody's word who, let's listen to this guy who, he was the first Chief Justice of these United States. He was the very first person appointed Chief Justice of these United States, right? He was a brilliant scholar, according to them, right? He was a member of the private club too. No, I don't think at the time they had that private club, the Bar Association, right? But here's what John Jay says, the Chief Justice of the United States, for you clowns. The jury has a right to judge both the law as well as the facts in controversy. What? Hold up. Hold up. Stick a pin. Don't move. Stop. Go no further. Say what? You mean when these clowns, what call themselves judges, tell you, they don't have the authority to tell you what the law is? Huh? So, when this criminal, what's her name? Honorable. Honorable. Look, when we use that title in front of the name honorable, we don't do it with no form of respect. When we call him honorable, when we personally call him honorable, we don't mean no respect. We use in a degrading means or manner. The honorable. Nothing honorable about them, man. Nothing honorable. Etlin Sims Julian. Nothing honorable about her black ass. Nothing. And look, for those of you who think that what I'm saying here on the show right now, I'm saying it because I'm in the studio and I'm behind closed doors and I got my 9 over here and I'm all no. Whatever I'm saying now on this show, on this program, I've said it in court and I've said it to their faces. Look, I'm not scared of nobody, man. Why should I be? You're only afraid or scared of what you don't know, or because you lack the knowledge. Because you lack the knowledge. I told her, I said, I don't trust your black ass. You're not a fair person. Look, the courtroom was full when I was inside here. I got my colleagues inside here with me. The whole courtroom was goddamn laughing because they couldn't believe that shit. What did the Chief Justice said? John Jay, first Chief Justice, United States Supreme Court, 1789. Huh? Listen to this. The jury has the right to determine both the law and the facts. The jury has the power to bring a verdict in the teeth of both the law and the facts. The judge ain't a trier of facts. She ain't. She ain't. And that's the reason why we pay our hard-earned money and we ask for a jury trial. We pay our hard-earned money and we ask for a jury trial, and we say, listen to us, black woman. Listen to us, black woman. We need a jury trial in this case. And this is what she did. She went and she ordered. It is ordered, a judge and decree, that the preemptive exemption of no cause of action filed by Acorn defendants and the city defendants are sustained. Can you believe that? So here it is. The municipal corporation, the city of New Orleans, under its criminal actors like Errol G. Williams and at the time Mitch J. Landreau and today Lataria Cantrell, have been robbing the people of New Orleans and utilizing a LLC, a limited liability corporation, a company by the name of Acorn Information System LLC, doing business at 935 Gravier Street on the 17th floor to facilitate the theft and the transaction. Look, I tell the so-called judge, the so-called honorable person, the so-called black woman, that look, and that's the reason why, family, we ask for a jury trial. Because every single member that sits in judgment there, or who call themselves a judge in these courts, as it is here in the Civil District Courts Parish of Orleans, when Errol G. Williams or when the municipal corporation, the city of New Orleans, commit his atrocity against the people of Louisiana, these so-called judges reap financially. These judges get paid from the suffering of poor people. These so-called judges get a compensation, get a retirement fund from the suffering, from people, from people suffering in Louisiana. Look, I was traveling on the public highways today, and it amazes me to see the amount of homeless people. The amount of homeless people that's underneath these underpass, these bridges. And that number continues to grow. Now, look, I'm not making the argument that all of these homeless people is because of a direct correlation with the criminal conduct or the criminal activity of the so-called assessor's office or the so-called mayor's office. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But still, I can guarantee you some percentage of that population is because of these criminals. And if it's not because of a direct correlation with the taxing scheme that they have here in Louisiana, is some other governmental corruption that's going on. I'm telling you. This is what these founding fathers fought and died for imposing taxes on us without our consent. You criminal bastard Errol G. Williams. You no good lackadaisical want to befriend Latoya Cantrell, members of the New Orleans City Council, John Bell, all of you goddamn criminals. All of you. No good. For depriving us, in many cases, of the benefits of trial by jury. Look, my brother, my sisters, listen to me carefully. A few months ago, Mr. Errol G. Williams, the so-called assessor for the city of New Orleans, the first time that clown, that criminal ever encounter me or we ever stood face to face, because there was no way for that criminal to run. I heard that criminal imposter make a statement, right? I heard that criminal imposter make a statement, and this was the statement that that criminal imposter make. He told people, oh, Mr. Brown think that he's special, or Mr. Brown think that he is not required to do what everybody else in New Orleans is doing. You're damn right. You're damn skippy I'm not. Yes, I'm special. Yes, I'm special, Mr. Errol G. Criminal Williams. I'm special. My mommy told me I'm special. I'm special. Look, my daddy told me that too. Yeah, they told me that. Yeah, I'm special. So, because everybody else in New Orleans is jumping off the Claiborne Bridge or is going to the Twin Span and jumping off in the ocean, I supposed to do it too? I have a mind of my own. I think independently. I use common sense. I utilize common sense. It was the same thing. Look, it's like it's like the founding fathers had a crystal ball that they were looking in back in the 1700s when they was writing the Declaration of Independence. When they were declaring, there was, no, this is tyranny. We can't live like this shit. We can't live like this shit. You want to impose tax on us without our consent? You crazy? We don't care if you're the king. No, Mr. King. No, King George. You're crazy, man. So, and because they think that the king was goddamn crazy, and they recognize that it was tyranny, they shed blood, depriving us, in many cases, of jury by trial. These so-called judges, people, you have to understand the concept, you know. They know, all of them know. Look, I saw, what's her name, Paulette Irons. I saw a case, the publisher. Look, I think the Chief Justice, I need to look it up. The Chief Justice is Paulette Irons for Civil District Court. Somebody look that up for me. the Chief Justice for Orleans Parish Civil District, Paul Irons, right? They posted something on Google about me. I got this case with Chase. We ever go into that, but apparently she makes some ruling in her case about me I didn't even know about. But this is what this is what they do. They know that if they allow juries to actually sit and take their rightful place as the trier of facts and the trier of the case, a lot of the cases that they render ruling on would be overturned, or the correct ruling would be rendered. Now look, let me tell you something. I don't know how many of you ever go inside these goddamn kangaroo courts and you see the judge inside there and members of her cling. Because look, they are all members of the bar. Whether you call them judge or you call them attorneys, all of them, they are members of the Louisiana Bar Association, supposed to be in good standing. They are all members of the Louisiana Bar Association, supposed to be in good standing. Or maybe they can be a part of some other bar association. The American Bar Association, or the Bar Association of some other territories, right? Now, when they're in when all of them is when they pack inside any given courtroom, because according to them and their own ruling, you have to be a member of the Bar Association to practice law. Only a member of the Bar Association can practice law. A member of the Bar Association in good standing can practice law. Look, if I'm doing something for 10, 15, 20, 30 years and I'm still practicing, I don't. Man, it's crazy, man. 10, 15, 20, and you still practice. So, according to them, only members of the Bar Association can practice law. So, they have their own little rulings and their own little jargons and their own little thing that they do amongst themselves. It's okay. It's okay. It really is. So when they're in a room talking their own language and performing their own their own ceremonial thing, that's all good and dandy. But when real people lives are involved, when real situation that can affect you financially, spiritually, morally, or physically, they need to act according to the letter of the law. This clown, this so-called honorable person, this so-called judge, Etlin Sims Julian, look, like many others of them, right? Know that she have a financial or she have a conflict of interest in this case. She know it. Errol G. Williams commit the crime and bring in the money, challenge it through the municipal corporation, City of New Orleans, and the so-called Department of Finance or Department of Treasury, right? Right? Using an outside entity to help them to help them facilitate the theft. Then that money go in the treasury and go towards the retirement fund. She know that if this case, which should have went in front of the jury, went in front of the jury, that both Civic Source, the city of New Orleans, and her so-called Judge Blackhurst will be out of money. She know that. For those of you who think this is about law, or the rule of law, or what is right, wake up. Wake up. Wake the hell up. You need to check which pill you're on. You need to check which. Look, you guys watch the show The Matrix. I love that show. I haven't watched it in a long time. When you got what you call him, Morpheus. Morpheus come to what the next guy name? And say, look, here is 2 pills in my hands. This pill right here, the blue pill, you can take this blue pill right here and you can continue to live your life the way you know it. You can go back to sleep. Take this blue pill right here and nothing will change for you. Everything will continue the same way. You'll get up tomorrow morning thinking that you're living in paradise. You know, you just continue to live. Now, you take this red pill right here and you're going to see reality. You're going to see things for what it is. Now the choice is yours. What you want to do? Which one of these pills you want to take? The blue one or the red one? My brothers and sisters, look, I'm coming from a place of love. You know, don't misconstrue my old presentation. Don't misconstrue nothing to what I'm saying. I'm coming from a place of love. I'm coming from a place of knowledge. I'm coming from a place of equal rights and justice, right? You can continue to live in ignorance if you so choose. And if you so choose, that's your God-given right to do so, to live in ignorance. You can continue to live in a place of fear. You can continue to fear the people who you put in power to serve your will. Oh, the hell, look, it baffles the mind. Or you can fear people who come to you every 4, 6, and 10 years and beg you to put them into power. We have been feeding criminals here for years. We have been putting food on criminals' plate for years in Louisiana. For years we have been feeding criminals, these criminals. We have been feeding for years, putting food on them goddamn table.
Good evening, I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Kim Holden. 2 months after our initial story, the governor's office still won't return our request for comment.
Yeah, and 3 powerful board members at the center of our series of investigations also remain silent. I'm wondering if you have any comments on the stories that we've done.
Not at this time.
At the quarterly meeting of the State Pilotage Fee Commission. When do you think you may have one at some point?
Nothing right now.
3 controversial board members refused to answer our questions. Noel Casanova, Bruce Mohan, and Danny Kingston sit on the Pilotage Fee Commission. They help set salaries for state river pilots who can make up to $800,000 a year. Governor Edwards appointed all 3.
Hey, this guy, John Bell Edwards, just announces, well, not just, but I think a week ago or a week and a half ago, announces that, hey, I'm back on the ballot I want a second term. I'm the best thing ever happened to Louisiana since sliced bread. I'm the best thing ever happened to Louisiana since what is the clown name? What a clown name? Jindal, Babel Jindal. Hey, people in New Orleans, hey, people in Louisiana. You guys don't know what's going on in Baton Rouge, right? Because when I get caught, I don't answer to the media, or I just hide in the shadows of the dark, or I utilize my friends to cover stuff. You know something? I saw, where did I saw that? I saw on, I think it was on, where did I saw a picture of John Bell Edwards. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? A couple of days ago. Shaking, him and his body. That clown that sit on the city hall, New Orleans City Council. What that dude named, that so-called black dude, that other criminal man from District B. I think he was the one who took over the seat for from Latai. J Banks. Yes, J Banks. Yes, man, look, hey, look, we in trouble in Louisiana, yeah, we in serious trouble in Louisiana, man. we in serious trouble, yeah.
Board members to the commission, and for Mohan and Kingston, did so after receiving a recommendation letter from a river pilot group. The 3 board members are supposed to be independent, not tied to the industry or the river pilots. But the letter of support by the pilots calls their independence into question. The businesses that do work on the river, the industry group, sent the governor a letter in June asking him to remove the 3 independent members. The governor never responded and hasn't replied to 2 of our emails asking for comments. Why do you think the governor hasn't responded to you?
I don't know. I don't know if he's been preoccupied with other things. I don't know if he doesn't think that this is a major issue. But I will tell you, it is a major issue, and it calls into question, as you saw today, every decision that's made at this commission.
At today's meeting, the Louisiana Chemical Association asked the 3 independent members to recuse themselves from any votes.
Questions have been raised and concerns have been raised with respect to the independent commissioners. Those questions and concerns have not been resolved to this point, and so I would ask that the independent commissioners not vote on this matter.
The independent members ignored that request and voted.
Commissioner Kingston?
Yes.
Commissioner Mohan?
Yes.
And Commissioner Casanova?
Yes.
Is every vote that the independents make potentially going to be called into question by industry?
Well, not just by industry. I think any vote that they make, if it goes in your favor, then you're probably not going to say anything. But if it goes against you, I think it's going to be called into question.
From an integrity standpoint,
another industry representative on the fee commission wants the potential conflict cleared up. He asked the board's attorney to investigate.
my concerns are with the integrity of this body. I want to make sure that any decision that's made is going to be sound in its determination. It's a rate-making body. It'll be important going forward.
Sources with ties to the board tell us they feel the commission has been compromised, and the 3 independent members often, if not always, side with the river pilots. It's why they say the governor needs to ask these board members to step down and start over. I'm wondering if you have any comments on the stories that we've done.
Not at this time.
The Pilotage Fee Commission meets again in November. We have much more in the Pilotage Fee Commission and the 3 at-large representatives online. Find our investigations on fox8live.com and our news app.